Hey, SEGways!
You know, I wasn't really bothered about doing a video on this guy at all. Usually, whenever I approach any video, I come at it with the angle of how I can make it funny for my viewers, and I always found Angry Cajun just too angry and sad a person to get any humour out of it. But then the fella dropped this video very recently, and I laughed my arse off. But before we get stuck into the video, a quick backstory on who Angry Cajun or Bayou is. He is a self-proclaimed paranormal investigator who likes to make YouTube videos on calling out people who he believes are fake. But he provides little to no evidence on why he thinks they're fake, it's just his opinions. Which, okay, sure, that's fine, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But Angry Cajun has been criticised by many in the past for just being overly nasty about it. Like unnecessarily personal and mean. He doesn't actually consider himself to be a debunker, and debunkers don't really claim him to be a debunker either. He's been called out in the past by Beardo and Joe Vitale. After watching a little bit of Bayou's content, the guy really does come across as a compulsive liar. Whenever I do a video on anyone, I always do a little bit of research. And it didn't take me very long to notice that Bayou has clearly lied about going to Japan's unalive forest. Bayou says that he was there. He tells a detailed story about his time at this forest. But he gives no video evidence or footage or photos or anything of his time in Japan or this forest. The only photos that he shows in his videos can be found straight from Google Images. And then later in the video, and I shit you not, Bayou comes up with this elaborate story that he bumped into a guy that was just about to unalive himself. The Japanese fella had a rope around his neck as Bayou found him.
And I ran smack dead into a dude trying to kill himself. Okay? Literally, the dude had the rope around his neck, or really it was like a fucking paracord, and he had it up against the tree, and he was kneeling down like this. And I walk up, and he looks up, and he goes, "Who are you?" And he said something, but he said, "Who are you?" And I said, "Who are you? And what are you doing?"
That asshole's making up his own shit.
And of course, our hero managed to talk this guy out of ending his own life. All while speaking English together, of course. This video is so cringe, so lacking in any kind of taste whatsoever to lie about something like this, and is clearly textbook bullshit. But anyway, let's see what Angry Cajun has in store with us in this video. And in all honesty, I'm just excited that this is under 12 minutes long. So please go watch Angry Cajun's video in full before you start my video, so I don't get accused of taking anything out of context.
Yes, an actual demon changed my life forever. Not one of these fake YouTube demons, by the way, a real demon.
This is how Bayou starts the video, everyone. This is no fake YouTube demon, but a real demon that just so happens to be exposed on YouTube. Jesus Christ.
If you don't know who I am, my name is Bayou. I'm the owner, founder, and lead investigator of BA Paranormal and Research. I have been a paranormal investigator for well over half my life at this point. So that means, yes, I've spent most of my life alone in dark, scary places. That's probably why I'm crazy.
To be fair, that's not a bad joke. I mean, it's not original or anything, but the timing was there.
Anywho, today, just going to have a little conversation. Me catching Lilith and being attacked by a fucking demon. First off, I can't show you. I can't show you any of this footage.
That's convenient.
I can't let you listen to any of this audio.
Why are you wasting America's time with this?
And I'll get to that and why in just a minute, okay?
Oh, we'll get to the why, alright. The excuses for not showing this footage is the best part of the video.
So I didn't want to tell the story or even share it because this is a big thing, okay? This was a big thing. And I really don't feel like listening to all the dumbasses here on YouTube.
I'm guessing I'm one of these dumbasses. But it's interesting that Bayou doesn't want to tell this story. Like he's making this video that I'm reacting to right now under some kind of duress. Bayou, if you don't want to make the video, then don't make it. God knows you won't be hearing me complain about it. I think we could all agree that YouTube could do with less Angry Cajun videos. But let's listen on and hear Bayou's reason why he just had to make this video, when I'm pretty sure this answer can be summed up in one word. Attention.
This was quite a few years ago in a very undisclosed location, and I'm going to describe it. It's a big mausoleum, okay? And it has a chapel in the center of it here, and then it has mausoleum halls coming off of it that then all connect. People say they see this big black mass out the corner of their eyes.
Was it the Grim Reaper?
And they claimed it to be huge.
Was it the Grim Reaper?
So I spent 3 days inside this chapel, every night inside this chapel, and sometimes during the day. On the third night, I caught the shadow.
Well done.
The shadow moved across like it was urns and stuff.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think this shadowy figure could be from this video right here, which I was able to obtain from a Joe Fatale video when he made a video debunking Angry Cajun. So if this is the shadowy figure that Bayou is talking about, then it somehow makes this whole story even more laughable. And if it is not the same shadowy figure, this was still on Angry Cajun's channel. He tried to pass this off as evidence of the paranormal, and then he has the gall to call others fake.
This big black mass came up over me, shot down, and came to the side of me and whispered, "I'm Lilith," directly in my face, and then flew by. It so much so my hair went.
I can hear you all asking the exact same question, and the answer, dear viewers, is no. This is not a joke or a parody. Angry Cajun really wants us to believe that this happened to him. For real.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
And it kept doing it, and it was attacking me is what it was. It would come down and hit me. I would kind of feel it, and it would whisper, "I'm Lilith," in my ears.
I'm not Lilith, I'm the Grim Reaper. Okay, that's the last time I'm going to do a Grim Reaper joke, promise.
This happened a lot. It happened for a few minutes. Before I actually fell down, hit the, I don't know what that thing's called. The
wardrobe that takes you to Narnia?
Podium, I guess.
Not quite.
And that big black mass came up over me, whispered, "I'm Lilith" again, and then took off.
With all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about?
I caught all of that on film. Okay, the audio, all of the shadow, it attacking me, all of these things were caught.
That's great news. Thank God you got evidence to back this up. If you decided to go on camera, upload a video to YouTube for the world to see, where you make outrageous claims without any evidence to back it up, then you'd just be looking like a tit right now. So, I'm excited. Let's see this footage you caught.
Okay.
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 Okay, get on with it. Jesus.
That happening changed me. It changed my life. It did more than I ever thought it would.
That's great and all, but I would really like to see this footage of you getting attacked by this demon. I think that's what we all want to see, to be honest, mate.
And I'll explain that, because
I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. I'll be skipping the rest of this bullshit so we can just see the bloody evidence.
I thought about bringing it to the news. I thought about bringing it to all this stuff.
Yeah, I suppose showing the world evidence of the supernatural, a demon no less, is very newsworthy. This would make you famous, Bayou. You would finally help all of us answer the biggest question mankind has been asking for centuries. Is there a divine presence out there? Because if there are demons, then surely there must be a god, right? At least there's some kind of otherworldly supernatural presence out there. So Bayou, I would have to urge you that it is your duty, your responsibility to your fellow man, and to all of humanity present and future, to provide this proof.
And then I was contacted. And this is where it comes in, that why I can't show you.
I smell shit.
I was contacted by a entity that wished to suppress that.
An entity wants you to suppress your demon attack.
That's when I learned that a smart person,
you, sir, are a moron,
could make a lot of money doing this.
By smart, I think what you really mean is a cowardly, money-hungry person. A person who is not in fact interested in exposing the truth or changing all of science and how we view the world as we know it, but instead a self-serving, greedy twat. So let's put aside for a moment how laughably transparently fake this whole story really is, and just focus on the person Bayou is portraying himself to be in his own fantasy story here. He is a coward who took money over exposing the truth. At no point does Bayou say that he was threatened by this entity to take this deal. He just says he took the money and was laughing all the way to the bank about it.
Sounds like a cool guy.
Sounds like a jerk.
And I'd always wondered how not being on TV could you make a lot of money doing ghost hunting. I figured it out. There are entities that do not wish to have the truth about certain things out.
So this entity will pay Bayou to keep the footage hidden. They didn't take the footage from him. They didn't make him sign an NDA so he can't talk about any of this because he's singing like a bird right now on a platform as big as YouTube. This is all so fucking cringe and embarrassing. Bayou, what is the color of the sky on your planet that you live in to expect anyone to believe this absolute pinnacle of trust me, bro?
And they're willing to pay to have that happen. You know what I'm saying? So the simple of it is, I get a check every year to not post stuff.
You lying son of a bitch.
And that's why you can't see it and probably won't ever be able to see unless they don't pay me. They don't pay me, it gets released, but it won't be released on YouTube.
Which one of you idiots wrote this script?
Anyway, so I figured that out. So that's literally how a real demon changed my life.
What a beautiful and touching story of complete and utter bollocks.
This comes to the part of the story that is the lingering part, the part that stayed with me.
It lingers like the smell of 5-week-old bullshit that's been left on a radiator with a side helping of donkey diarrhea and a garnish of grated pig bollocks.
There are certain times and certain places where I get a very uneasy feeling.
It's perfectly natural to feel that way in a men's changing room, but you don't need to make a fucking YouTube video about it.
Not only uneasy, I can hear and feel Lilith again. And what I mean by feel, it felt like warm wind that didn't go anywhere.
Do you actually believe the crap that comes out of your mouth?
And I can hear her. I can hear her saying, I'm Lilith.
I'm no shrink or anything, but I'd say hearing demon voices in your head might be worth getting checked out.
It's not only the creepiest fucking thing ever, but it happens in the weirdest places.
Like when you're seeing your chiropodist.
I kind of want to get back to touch on the suppression shit. I know it's the best way to put it. I know it's fucked up. Okay, I know it is.
Do you also realize that that's all bullshit?
There are things out there that don't want information out. Okay, and I completely agree that that's fucked up.
It's fucked up that even in your own fantasy that you are part of the problem too. The suppression of truth only works if you can be bought. Bayou, do you even realize that you are the bitch in your own made up story with no integrity whatsoever?
If they're gonna do it anyway, why not profit from it?
I honestly don't know where to go from here. I cannot tell if Angry Cajun actually believes his own bullshit. Are we witnessing a man having an episode here? If that is the case, I honestly hope you can get some help here, Bayou. But if I'm giving you too much credit, then I think it's safe for us all to laugh at this bullshitter.
I get it, it's fucked up. But I'm not gonna do that with everything. Only big stuff.
So this is the guy that is so sick of fakers making a mockery of what he does, and he aggressively calls them out for doing this and gets really nasty and personal about it. But meanwhile, Bayou himself openly admits to accepting bribes to keep his mouth shut about his proof of the demon Lilith. But I think we can all pretty much work out what is really happening here. This is Angry Cajun talking out of his fucking arse like he always does. And this is far from the first time he's tried to spin this kind of crap. He has started many of his videos with this line.
I used to work for the US government doing some stuff that we can't talk about until the year 2032. Yeah, non-disclosure. Yeah. Anywho, oh, come on! I also wanted to address BA Paranormal. I've been asked a whole bunch of times, how come BA isn't on Google? How come this? How come that?
'Cause it's fake.
We're not a public company.
If you're a legit business, you would still be on Google. There would still be some kind of trace of BA Paranormal, even if you don't have a website. The amount of ridiculous, convenient excuses from Bayou is straight up insane. Honest to God, I used to know this kid when I was in my school days who did the exact same thing. He would just come up with the most ridiculous stories, and every time we tried to get him to prove it, there was always some conveniently stupid reason or excuse that he could not provide any evidence to back up his stupid stories. Bayou just never grew out of this phase.
Okay? I have contracts with the Vatican.
You make the Pope look like a fool.
I have contracts with the government.
Bayou, have you just watched Stranger Things one too many times? I mean, I get it, it's a good show, but I wouldn't use it as a model to make up your bullshit stories.
Papa does not tell the truth.
Beardo has called this guy out for being fake. Joe Fatale has called this guy out for being a bullshitter. And right now, I'm just showing another example of his desperate attempts to lie out of his back teeth just to stay somewhat relevant. I'm not going to be watching the rest of this video. The guy is either crazy or lying or both. All I have to say before I end the video, if anyone out there has had Angry Cajun make a video about them and it upset you, because from what I understand, this big tough guy really does seem to enjoy bullying people, just realize the guy is a joke. He is not worth getting upset over. And equally, he is not worth sending any kind of hate comments to. So please everyone, don't give him any hate. Don't give him any more attention than I've already given him. The guy is clearly just an attention-seeking tit. So, with all that being said, if you enjoyed my video, please like and subscribe. Cheerio!